What's up, YouTube? It's Brettcaster from Team Wildcard with a rant video. Um, the title of this rant video being "Tour Guide is not a staple," because it's not. It's not a staple, and it irritates me when people, state for any card really. Tour guide just being the one in particular that everybody's saying this about, that if you're playing in the metagame, you need tour guide. And let's just start off with saying tour guide is a great card. It really is. It's the main thing that separates the TCG from the OCG at the moment. And I'm not underestimating it by any means. But when people say you need this card if you want to compete, that ticks me off. It really does, because by any means, it's just not a staple. It's not. For many decks, it is a great card. It's a great addition. But being a staple, it is far from being. Just plain and simple. When people say that, like, it used to be Effect Veiler. You need Veiler to play competitively. Not true. There are many decks Veiler is not necessary in. Still a great card, don't get me wrong, and I main it in most of my decks. But it's, there's no one card in the metagame, or in the game, period, that is a staple. Even the Solemn, sure, every deck runs them, and it is a great addition, but it's not a staple. There's no card that is staple in every single deck. There are cards that come close that they will definitely be better. Your deck will be better off with them in there, but there's still no such thing as a staple card. For certain decks there are, but I'm just talking about on the whole broad spectrum of decks that are out there. There's no such thing as a staple card. Certain cards are needed for certain decks to run efficiently. Yes, this is true. Tour Guide is one of those cards in several different decks, but it's not in every deck. It just really is not. Once again, I'm not underestimating Tour Guide. Tour Guide is a fantastic card. In fact, I, have several cards in my deck made specifically to counter Tour Guide. In my gadgets, I main Cyber Dragon mainly when they go first turn Tour Guide, go into Zen main, special Cyber, take control of it, get a Chimera Tech out. I mean, it is a great card. It's a great first turn card, it's a great mid-game card, great late-game card. But it's far from being one of those staple cards that every deck needs out there. Some of you may disagree because you have, one or two or hell, even three. There are people who have those, things. But that's not the point here. The point is, it's not as good, it's not a staple. No card is a staple, and it irritates me when people say that there's one card that you need if you want to compete. I've been competing. I've topped multiple times at my locals, regionals, plenty of places, without having to use a single tour guide. Yes, you have to be able to counter it. Yes, you have to be able to play against it. That's just true. You have to be able to play against cards like that in the metagame. You have to, if you want to be able to play well enough. That is true. I'm not doubting that it is not good enough to play in the metagame. It really is. It's an amazing card. It really is. I'm not underestimating it, once again, by any means. All I'm saying is that it is not a staple. It's beatable. Yes, it's a great card. Yes, it's a pain in the butt, but and you got to be able to play against it. That's the main thing. That is a staple, so to speak. It's a staple that if you want to compete, you've got to be able to handle Tour Guide. That is true, but you do not have to play Tour Guide in order to compete. That's all I got to say. Well, it's awful now. I'm sorry I'm walking, but when I think, I like to walk. This is what I do. We'll see how you guys like this. If you like it, then, more rant videos will come. But anyways, this is Brett Caster from Team Wildcard, signing out.